Hey guys, let me save you thousands of hours, years of time, and I'm gonna just break down the entire Russell Brunson funnel system for you, okay? Because if you're like me, you probably aren't funnel hacking certified like me, but I love funnels. I love hacking funnels. Russell Brunson kind of invented the funnels, the new website. And I'm going to break down everything. Look how much time I'm going to save you from reading this book, The 30-Day Plan. As you can see, as he markets with books. Traffic Secrets, How to Drive Traffic. The Funnel Hacker's Cookbook. Nice. My favorite, The Linchpin. I'm going to be going over this. This explains it all. Stay tuned. And saves you from reading the 4-volume set, .com secrets, traffic secrets, expert secrets, and unlocking the secrets. So as you can see, everything's a secret. Well, not anymore, because I'm about to tell you. And it's really not a secret because Russell Brunson is omnipresent. He is everywhere. He's got the omni-channel thing down. It's hard to get away from him. And yeah, we'll go through the linchpin. So, if you don't know Russell Brunson, he kind of is the kingpin of online marketing and selling. Instead of selling one-to-one, like I come up to you and sell you something, he is the kingpin of selling one-to-many, like selling in virtual workshops, like 1,000 people are in your workshop and you can sell 1 to 1,000. And even automated selling, just selling around the clock, running ads, driving traffic into funnels. Funnels sell you stuff. So, did you know Russell Brunson made over $430 million with ClickFunnels? But there's a critical gap most entrepreneurs miss. If you listen to him, it's very compelling. He's a great speaker and he speaks the truth. You should understand what he teaches. But when Russell Brunson says, build a sales funnel, or you're just one funnel away, I'm going to demo that here for you in a minute. He's actually telling you to create at least 8 interconnected revenue systems. And 99% of business owners never implement them all. So they get stuck on their funnels. In fact, his slogan is, you're one funnel away, which means you screwed up this funnel. Now you have to build another one. Maybe you'll get it right. In fact, he tells a story. It took him 13 funnels before his funnels hit. But then once they do hit, they are a revenue producing machine. And as you can see, I've been through every ClickFunnels training. I'm gonna demo a lot of that to you today, so save your time. And I'm gonna break down the exact systems behind Brunson's success. The revenue systems coaches like Russell Brunson teach, but they will never build it for you. It's just training. You have to figure out how to build it yourself. And it's a pretty complicated software platform. And I'm just gonna get all into it here and go over everything with you. So stay tuned. I got my funnel hacking stuff on for you Russell Brunson fans out there. If you don't know it, if you're a Russell Brunson fan, you know there's a lot to consume. It's not as easy as it sounds. They tout a lot of huge success stories, but you know, I built a lot of funnels in my day. We build funnels for our clients, and it doesn't have to be on ClickFunnels. But I'm just gonna really just break down what do you get from Russell Brunson. The reality is, his software is very affordable. Right here, it's cheap. It's $97 a month. Not bad, although I paid over $10,000 for funnel certification. And I'll show you how that went. That was a lot of work. That was a good education, though. I did that in between starting my new firm. And it's all about funnels. We build a lot of funnels, and it is a big piece of revenue systems, but just a piece. And I'm going to get into how much more complex. So I'm just going to do a quick demo for you, if that's okay. And then we're going to get into the linchpin model and all the things that are part of a funnel. So let me move this over here. And yeah, so their slogan is, if you go to clickfunnels.com, there's a free trial like almost anything in marketing. There's this free lead magnet. And it is a really good funnel building tool. And you can even see, you can just get started. They got almost their homepage is this pretty strong funnel. Try it for free, get started. They call it a CRM, email marketing, online courses, your funnel, your store. You can build a lot of business components in here. Clearly, he's very well known by a lot of people who have built a lot of nice businesses. He has a really good model attract, sell, upsell, and they go up the value ladder, and then you continue to sell to them as you work with them year over year. A lot of fun characters that hang out with Russell Brunson. And anyway, so this is their website. Let's do a quick test. See, they got a lot of analytics pixels on here. The database. All right, it's built. The page builder's ClickFunnels, right? That'd be funny if you use something else. You see he's got a lot of jazzy plugins here. This is actually the most I've ever seen a site use, probably to get a lot of those nice animations and so on. Yeah, so that's how it works. And then that's his website. Let me just show you all the pieces on the back end. So if you log in, you go to your funnels, and I have them for my company, Dealflow Dynamics. And then you can build, like I built my wife a website here, Chicago Lisa. And they work with affiliates. They want you to refer people. Some people have a business just referring people to ClickFunnels. So here's what you can do. You can put your products in here. Your customers are in here. Maybe training. Their sites and blogs, the analytics, an appointment setter. Automations like workflow, communities like community sites, like if they come in and join your community or sign up, building landing pages, and then an opportunity pipeline, US surveys, all kinds of stuff. Payment gateways. Here's the problem though. I'll just say it. A lot of it doesn't work. A lot of it's clunky. The funnel building is awesome, but I would probably stop around there. I'll go into more detail about the challenges. The problem with a solution like this that's no code, basically. What you see is what you get, no code. You don't have to program, which is great. But what if their software doesn't work? And or you need to code something that's a scenario that they don't handle in the integration. As you know, in my other videos, I point out there's often 20 to 25 other systems you have to integrate to build your revenue command center. They try to connect them all here, but they, just in my experience, did not always work. And then there was no real fix. And so that's a challenge. They also test features on their user community. They roll things out in beta. They're super buggy. They knock down the bugs, which is normal. But if you're excited about that feature, you really want to be a late adopter, not an early adopter. So the older features are pretty much bulletproof, but the new features often are oversimplified or even possibly buggy. So there's all this stuff in here. Let me jump back to what it looks like to be funnel certified. So I'll give you a quick example. You can put events and have a calendar with connections. I connected mine to Google Workspace, but the connector to authenticate Google Workspace didn't work with their calendar yet. And so it just never connected. So I had to basically get TidyCal, another calendar. So that's just one example. I'm sure it works now, but when it came out, I was rolling it out. I tried to use it. It didn't work. Another example is in the settings. You have to connect domains. And the thing about domains are, these days, they're really finicky because you have to send your email from the domain, and they have to be a safe sender so that you don't wind up in spam, or you'll get flagged as not a safe sender. So all your workflows and everything are built off that. And I do my email through Google Workspace, like if you email me at Dealflow Dynamics. And have you heard of the DMARC records. It's kind of proving that you're a safe sender, and you put these records in your email that basically proves you're authenticated, you're a real person, you're a real company, and you're safe, not a spammer. Well, the problem is when you connect a domain, it does it automatically, which is great, but it overwrote the records in Cloudflare for my DMARC files, and it broke my domain authentication. So it was a little bit clunky with this automated integration. Again, sometimes automated sounds great until it isn't. And then it's almost breaking things because of its connection broke another connection, basically. So I'm just giving you guys the straight talk. And I got nothing against ClickFunnels. I think it is a good product. It's a steal at 97 bucks. I just want you to know, where it kind of fits into the tech stack. Now, I claimed I would save you all this time on these books, but let me give you another demo. How about how much time it takes to learn ClickFunnels? There's thousands of hours of training. I was getting funnel builder certification. You have to take all these courses, and man, it was taking forever. I did build the lead squeeze funnel. I did most of these funnels: video, sales letter, webinar, product launch, application, funnel hubs. And there's Russell. He's a really good teacher if you haven't seen him. There's tons of stuff in here, like really super valuable, and you should know it, but it takes a long time to know it because there's literally thousands of hours in here. But it's all good stuff you should know about, like how to write Rainmaker proposals or high ticket sales. Good stuff. Then let me show you, if you are in the certification program and you get stuck, you get to go into this Facebook group and look at all these certified funnel builders. That's a real shortcut for y'all. Just get someone who knows funnel building, because building a funnel in ClickFunnels or HubSpot or Go High Level or any tool, WordPress, it's all the same thing. They're more or less code editors that build web pages and all the things that you see on the internet. So the internet's the internet. There's a lot of ways to build a funnel. Well, you come in here and they've got group sessions, guides, events, and stuff like that. Really good. Gregory's a really good teacher. Lots of really good teachers and a lot of guest teachers who are like millionaire, billionaire types because their funnels are banging. So don't miss this point. You do need funnels. Russell Brunson is absolutely right. You should learn from Russell, the master. Your business needs lots of funnels with lots of lead magnets. And I'll show you why. Because it's automated selling. That's how you get to this 10x revenue, right? But honestly, if I were you and you are not technically adept, I would just outsource that to one of these funnel builders if I were you. Of course, a lot of people in our firm are ClickFunnels certified, Go High Level, HubSpot, WordPress. We can build anything in anything because they're all kind of the same. All right, so you go into this group, but where I got stuck a lot is if you're stuck and if there's like a bug in the code or it doesn't do what you need it to do, there's really no getting around it. These aren't tech support. These are more like training support. So if it's really a technical limitation, you are just stuck. You are roadblocked forever. There's no getting around it. There's no talking to anyone. You can't talk to anyone who has any technical aptitude about the back end. So I found that a little frustrating. I am used to working with, Microsoft and Salesforce and other big platforms where you can escalate your issue and it does get resolved and you can talk to experts. So Anyway, that kind of concludes the demo. So if you're wondering, you can get funnel certified, work with these experts, get into all this stuff, but you better have some time on your hands, but you do want to learn what Russell is teaching. All right, so let me pop back over here. So I just did the demo. So why is ClickFunnels itself only 10% of what you need for a complete revenue system? Well, if you see my other videos, I'll break it down for you, but the funnel is just one of many things that you need in the end-to-end transaction. That, so yes, use ClickFunnels, build your funnel, but you're driving traffic in from something else. You're probably doing analytics with something else. And I'll just kind of go into some of these things. So the funnel does convert the lead, then the lead goes into the CRM. So here's some things that I think are, part of this one funnel away challenge. That's like, hey, build a funnel until it works. Is I mentioned already, you need to set up your domain, your DNS, your domain name settings correctly. This is pretty tricky. Safe sending email, pretty tricky. The calendar I mentioned, buggy. Nurture, that's the email nurture sequence. It's pretty good. Clearly they send a lot of emails. The payment processing, I got really stuck on this. The payments AI gateway just would never authorize my payment gateway, like for 3 months. I don't know why, because you can literally go into QuickBooks and get a payment gateway with like 2 clicks. Not in ClickFunnels, you can't. So I would use a separate payments provider if I were you. Sites, they're okay, but it's no WordPress. Definitely WordPress if you're building sites, or build them natively like in a HubSpot, an enterprise grade tool. So basically that's kind of the point. ClickFunnels is really good for small and medium businesses for funnels, but it's nowhere near what I'd call enterprise grade. Blogs, I wouldn't use it for blogs. I would use WordPress, and then e-commerce, I would use something more like Shopify or something. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. You're welcome to argue with me or disagree. Go ahead, put it in the comments, roast me. I can take it. I can take it. I know haters, because I actually love the folks at ClickFunnels. They were sweet to me. I got to say, they were extremely kind, extremely helpful to the extent they could provide the help. Absolutely no complaints there. I'm just trying to show you where ClickFunnels fits into your tech stack. Okay? So the gap is, Russell's teaching is first class. Like, you got to listen to this guy. Everything he's telling you is 100% the way to sell online and market your business. But the implementation is costing you thousands, because, if not even tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, whatever it's costing you, it gets pretty complicated and pretty messy really fast. And this Linchpin framework I'm about to go over with you really winds up being like a maze of funnels and a lot of workflow automation. But automation is very difficult to test and trace how it works and what does it feel like to be the customer. And you'll see, I'm about to show you. Okay, so you kind of, can get stuck there. All right, so I'm going to show the Linchpin. So I'm going to show the diagram of the Linchpin, and then I'm going to explain how many systems are in the Linchpin. Well, I'll just jump to the punchline. Give me a minute. So he's all about running ads. Run ads, put $1 in, get $3 out. Social media posts, you'll see him everywhere. Lots of content, lots of free lead magnets, free courses, free webinars, free challenges. Take all those, they're free. He's got so many free offers. Go for it. Those offers are these lead magnets. They pretty much give those away in their funnels. This stuff, they're great at. This is almost like on social media, the ad, social, and content. Then the leads come in. If I were you, I would put these in a different CRM. I found their CRM very challenging. I only had a couple hundred contacts, and I found it hard to even find them. So some usability challenges there. Nurturing is the follow-up email sequence where you send out newsletters. Again, I'd probably use another tool for newsletter management. Calling. So if you're setting up calls and appointments, I mentioned the calendar was difficult in setting things up. I would set up probably separate dialer software, maybe Zoom or something for demos, and then you close the sale and you get the money. So let me do the demo of the Linchpin model. The Linchpin is a really powerful concept, and it's absolutely correct, but I'm just giving you a few words of caution that this many workflows can get messy. So he contrasts this with the traditional slow method. So you're selling these products, typically low ticket offers, and then he's just going to demo a lot of funnels. I am going to jump right to the end here. Can you see this? Look this up. I'm sure it's all over the internet. So he breaks them down. What they call a continuity offer is usually like a free subscription, like join my Facebook group or join my community. There might be even a paid level or a VIP area in the free community, or you might have to do things like gamification, and when you get to level 5, you unlock another level. Some people charge for these, like low ticket, like, oh, it's $50 a month to be part of the community. There's just value in being in that community and having access to those people. And then the price just keeps going up the more value you get. So in the beginning, there's free stuff, and Russell will give you free information. The attractive character flywheel is usually that founder. Like in my company, it's me. I'm the face on YouTube. Russell's the face of his company. Tony Robbins is the face of his company. It's it. You're the one in the video. No other choice. You are the attractive character, they call it. Even though we're probably not attractive, but we're people. People rather buy from people than buy from companies. So you'd rather talk to a person than a company typically. So the attractive character is giving you free front end stuff that attracts you into the system so they can get your lead. And then they usually try to sell you, and that's usually like a free checklist, a free template, a free training program or something. Then he hits you with the most incredible free gift ever with bonuses, and you get this and you get that, and wait, there's more, and all that stuff. And so it's usually like, hey, come to my free 3-day workshop. It's a $2,000 thing, but today it's free. And you get the training program, and you get the call notes, and. They're essentially usually giving away just their introductory training program in various formats. And in exchange for giving you a lot of attention, usually inviting you into a program, the free version of a program or workshop. That's how they sell one to many. if you don't take it, and they often will just say, fine, I'll put you in the community. At any time you don't ascend the value ladder, then they will just be like, okay, if you didn't buy that, then I'll just keep dripping you down here. And then there's usually another bulk continuity offer. And it's almost like he's selling ClickFunnels. So keep in mind, he's selling software and he's selling training, and he's selling events. So he's really trying to sell software. So you saw that it was free. And if you sign up for the challenge, you'll get 30 days free of ClickFunnels. But he's really teaching you how to use ClickFunnels. Hopefully then you will build your stuff on it and you'll then pay for it going forward. Then if you like that, usually they're like, well, I can give you access to coaching and your own personal coach and the VIP area and a year of ClickFunnels free if you sign up for our $10,000 program. Like, ooh, that's even better. So now it just went from free to $97 a month, $1,000 a year, to $1,000 a month, $10,000 a year, which is actually what I did. So I paid over, I think, 12 grand. It was worth it. It was a lot of training. I wouldn't be able to put on that much value for 12 grand. I can tell you that. So I'm not criticizing him at all. He crushes you with value. All right. And then you can work your way up all the way to, usually it's a webinar or some sort of challenge, and the dramatic demonstrations, they show demos and show people who are wildly successful and are millionaires. They kind of sell the dream, right, of becoming a millionaire by using ClickFunnels. And then they move you up to the high ticket offer. You can go work with Russell directly for 25 grand or join his mastermind for 250K, or you're going up and up in value and you get more and more services, more and more status, more and more results, and access to more and more successful people. And at the top are the top people came out of ClickFunnels. What's his name's on here? Dean Gracios, right? Tony Robbins, Alex Hermosi, all the top people are building funnels following Russell Brunson. So you should definitely know what he is talking about. But if each of these are a funnel, we've already got events and webinars and scheduling things and paying for things and a million emails and these arrows. If you don't do this, you go here. Conditional logic is really complicated in workflow tools, because you create almost, there is no one transactional path. It goes this, and if this happens, it goes this way, and if this happens, it goes this way, and you can almost get caught in a loop. You ever get caught in junky workflows? What this winds up looking like, if you don't architect it cleanly with a clean naming convention, test it thoroughly, document it thoroughly, you can really build yourself a rat's nest. So what you want to do first is just start with one. Just start making content, just start running ads to these front end funnels, to free offers. Then you get leads. Then you can offer them more, this incredible free gift, and maybe you build more trust, and now they might buy from you while you're offering to sell them ClickFunnels for $97 a month, or whatever he's selling. Buy my book. A lot of it starts with the book. Oh, you can go to the conference for free, but if you want the books, it's $97. Stuff like that. Order bumps, they call it. There's a free version, and the second you sign up for free, they're like, wait, there's more. VIP access is only $4.99. Oh, and if you want the books, that's only $5.99. Oh, and a year of training for free? It's not free. It's only $9.99. So before you know it, you get so excited and you swipe your credit card for $1,000 over a free offer. You see how that works a lot better than just saying, hey, spend $9.99, get ClickFunnels, and come to my conference. They kind of move you up the ladder. They talk about this in one funnel, you get sold on that, and then they move you to another funnel that they're like, wait, there's more. Wait, there's more. until you say, no mas, I'm done. I don't want your VIP pass. I don't want any of it. Then they kind of kick you back here, and then you can always sell to them later. So I know you can't ask any questions. If you want to put any comments down below, I'm sure there's better explanations of the Linchpin value ladder, but this is the model that everyone uses. I mean, look inside of Amazon, that's what they're doing. You buy this, they're like, well, don't you want to buy this? The bundle? Right? Oh, do you want to buy the subscription? Oh, do you want to buy the insurance? Right? I mean, airlines are doing this. Everyone. Like, oh, you can get the cheapest ticket. Oh, you want it to be closer to the front? Yeah. Okay. Well, that ticket's $200 more. They're all pushing you up because there's value to sit in the front versus the back, right? No one likes to sit in the back. So they priced it like that. Once they know what people want, then you build this offer stack. So if you learn nothing else from this whole talk, you should have a very clear offer value ladder in your offers. Free stuff, cheap options, more valuable options, all the way up to high ticket. Because people who don't like screwing around just jump straight to high ticket, right? Like, don't sell me a bicycle if I want an S-Class Mercedes. And if I want one, I already know which one I want. If I walk into the Mercedes dealer and I say, pick that one out, don't even talk to me. Just like ring it up. People who know what they want, they don't even want to hear your sales pitch. They just jump straight to the most expensive thing, right? Don't you do that sometimes? Just like, so you don't know who people are. They might want the cheap thing, the free thing, or they might want to go straight to the high ticket, which I have done plenty of times. And he's got lots of examples, and there's tons of stuff online about this. So, of course, the next step is probably sign up for something. All right, hopefully you guys got all that. Get your Linchpin going. And let's see. I think I am almost done. We talked a little bit about the integration points already. It's just tough to integrate software. If you look at all my other videos, you're connecting literally often 10, 20, 30 different tools together to create a full revenue system one way or another. And it's just the way it is. So get a good tech stack, get someone who knows how to do it. And thank you so much for watching. And so, you know what? If you made it this far, now you should understand the revenue systems behind Russell Brunson's success, right? And you can see how he sells software, how he sells training, he sells books. They all fit into that value ladder. But you can probably also see why most entrepreneurs get stuck right there. I'm not an author. I don't have books. I've never done a webinar. I'm learning to make YouTube content. I'm loving that. Telling everybody everything I know, and you can watch my YouTube for free. But they really don't have this. They have the strategy, just not the systems implementation. And they don't do implementations, which I find very interesting. They're a product company. They sell these books and software products, not services. They will not set up your funnel. You have to hire a certified funnel builder outside of the marketplace. So are you hitting these same roadblocks I just highlighted? Like, you know, your current systems can't scale. You have no clear path to hitting your revenue targets. And you're probably consumed by these low value activities. You're trying to build funnels and studying this and studying that. And before you know it, you're like a junior programmer when you're supposed to be the CEO of the company. Well, trust me, you're not alone. I geek out on this stuff, so I don't mind spending time on it. But if this is not your thing, this is torture. The point is, you need a revenue system that can double your business, but it doesn't double your workload. And that's basically software system. They can grow as fast as you can, and they cost no more money and no more work. So you really want to set up a good system that scales without adding workload. And that's why I'm going to offer you a free demo call or a free revenue clarity call. And we can take and map out the exact systems you need to overcome these roadblocks. We can go down through how you generate revenue and create a predictable path to your revenue goals. And here's how it works. We'll focus on what systems you need to build in what order to drive the most revenue. And that guarantees that you build the revenue pipeline that scales, and it pays for itself, because the cost of automating it and putting in the revenue system is just a fraction of what you make. Like, I'll give you a quick example. Now this was a big build. Like, we build, like, for example, if you spent 30 grand, would you spend 30 grand to make 3 million? Probably, right? That's a 100x, 1000x, or 100x ROI. We get those types of returns all the time. So imagine that. Another client, the full implementation wound up being 50 grand, but they brought in 2.5 million. No brainer, right? I'll take that all day. So please, click the link in the description to schedule your demo call today. All right, thank you so much. See you on the next one.